What up, folks? Once again, it's your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. Just wanted to drop a video since I had a little bit of time. I have not talked about the Ahmaud Arbery case. As you know, that case is up for jury deliberations, and that is right now entering day 2. So they're actually deciding the fate of the McMichaels. That is Travis McMichael and George McMichael, father and son team, and their chase driver, William Bryan. So it's up for jury deliberations to determine what happens, and I just figured I'd talk about that and let you know where I stand, since a few folks did ask me in the comments what did I think. Real quick, show your boy some love. Go ahead and click on the subscription, click the bell so you know when I'm dropping these videos. At the end of the video, like, dislike, whatever the hell you may choose. If you dislike it, drop a comment. I do respond to any and all comments. So how do I feel about this? Well, it has some similarities to the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and then there's some stark differences. In both cases, both parties are arguing self-defense. We know Kyle Rittenhouse's case is now in our rearview mirror. I said in multiple videos I did on that particular case that I thought he was facing great bodily harm. This one is different. This one is definitely different for the simple fact that despite my belief, my personal belief, that Kyle Rittenhouse should not have been in Kenosha, there was nothing illegal saying he couldn't. The question with the McMichaels family, father and son, that went after Ahmaud Arbery is, could they legally do what they did to put him in that situation? And that is, they saw Ahmaud Arbery walk into a house that was being renovated. And I'm talking about, no doors, no windows, where you could just literally walk in, so that he didn't break or damage anything and get in there. He simply walked in, looked around, and left. They believed that he had stole something, and they chased him down, some distance away. It wasn't even on the same fucking block. And they chased him down in a pickup truck with 2 vehicles, and they sprung out on him at gunpoint. And they even said at the trial that they told him, stop or we'll blow your fucking head off. How could there be legal justification to perform a citizen's arrest in that manner? I just can't understand it. And in this case, I strongly believe that the McMichaels, not necessarily their chase driver, I think he has a little bit of separation from the event, because he never got out of his car. He was filming the event. He never got out of his car, but there is some argument that he was using his car in addition to the McMichaels using their pickup to block the path of Ahmaud Arbery. But the other 2 got out of their pickup, and one had a shotgun in his hand. They're claiming Ahmaud Arbery lunged for them and they had to shoot him in self-defense. The reason I'm not giving them anywhere near the same credence as I would give Kyle Rittenhouse is because what they were doing in itself is highly questionable, and in my opinion, it looks like it's illegal. And that is, if you're committing a felonious act on someone else, you have no right to tell them how they should respond to what you're doing. In other words, if I pull out a gun on you and say, give me your fucking money, I'm not in a position to tell you you should comply to me as opposed to try to grab the gun out of my hand and beat the shit out of me with it. Who knows how you may feel? I'm threatening your life with a gun. I have no right to do that. And you're responding the best way you see fit to defend yourself. Maybe you don't believe that simply putting your hands up and giving me your wallet is going to result in me not still shooting you. There are plenty of surveillance videos where the victim did everything the robber wanted and still shot him. So maybe you believe that you're quicker and you might be to take the gun out of my hand and disarm me, or you may be to kick it out of my hand, or you may be to run away. When I'm aiming the gun at you, I have no right to tell you how you should respond to the threat I'm imposing on your life. The McMichaels chasing this guy down with a pickup truck with a gun, and one guy standing in the back with a fucking rifle and the other guy's driving, and they spring out on this guy. Let me just tell you, if I walked into a home under construction, didn't break any windows, didn't bust down any doors, didn't kick my way in, just simply walked in, looked around, and left. Now, I'm clearly trespassing. There's no doubt about that. But I just walked in, looked around, didn't take anything. The last thing I'm expecting is for somebody 2-3 blocks away to pull me over and be yelling out they're going to blow my head open for that. I'm not going to expect that. So when they do something like that, the instant reaction for me is that they're about to kill me. Now, would I respond and put my hands up? Maybe. But if I saw a chance to get away or saw a chance to fight back, I might actually entertain that too. There's no telling how a person is going to react when you're encountering somebody you do not know on a road where nobody else is out there and the guy is yelling out he's going to blow your fucking head off. And we're demanding that Ahmaud Arbery should have just complied and done it. He don't know these fucking people. They don't have badges. They're not in the police car. None of that. They're just roaming up on this dude. You know, he's jogging down the road or running or whatever the hell you want to say. I don't know if he was jogging or if he was scoping out the fucking neighborhood or whatever. We don't know. But he is nowhere near the scene that's in question at this point. And they come zigzagging and blocking his path. And even according to the testimony of William Bryant, he admitted he was also using his car. So they're blocking your path and shit. They're making it so you can't get away. And this dude is in the back of the fucking pickup truck with a rifle or with a shotgun or whatever. How would you take that? Literally, how would you take something like that? So I really believe that if the way they stopped this guy, the way they attempted to detain this guy, if that is wrong, then everything that Ahmaud Arbery done from that point on is irrelevant because he thought his life was in danger. No different than if you walked into a bank and said, you know, everybody freeze or I'm going to shoot you, and the clerk lunged for the gun. You have no right to tell the clerk, well, if you hadn't lunged, I wouldn't have shot you, so it's self-defense. No, it ain't. You had no legal right to do what you were doing. I don't believe the McMichaels had a legal right to do what they were doing. That is one hell of a citizen's arrest to detain someone in that manner. We cannot, as a nation, we should not allow some shit like that to happen. Even if I went in your garage and actually stole some tools or something of value out of your garage, I would not expect you to approach me at gunpoint 3-4 blocks down the road. I mean, and I know I fucked up, but to be able to use a gun to address that, and there's 3 of you guys, beat the dude up, tackle the dude, kick him, but to actually hold him at gunpoint and to take it to that level, I've always felt that when it comes to firearms, it should be a last resort or used only in an issue of self-defense. They went straight to guns just to address the guy, just to engage the guy. Now, they didn't exactly have the gun pointed directly at his face. So some would argue, well, it's not really at gunpoint. But the fact of the matter is, you're standing up in the back of a pickup truck and you come at me with a gun in your hand. Does it have to be aimed at me? It's in your fucking hand. How many citizens do you encounter throughout your life that have a gun in their hand while they're approaching you? And how would you feel? I don't care if the person was asking you for directions. You know, somebody walk up to you with a rifle or a pistol in their hand. I mean, how would you take that? Certainly when the person is yelling they're going to blow your fucking head off, is no doubt how you're going to take it. So, yeah, I strongly believe that these individuals should be convicted. And I will say this, when it came to Kyle Rittenhouse, the right-wing side of things they were far more supportive of Kyle Rittenhouse than they are of the McMichaels. And there are a lot of right-wingers who are saying, yeah, what they did was racist as hell, it was wrong, whatever the case may be. And unlike with Kyle Rittenhouse, there's nowhere near as many people saying that, well, this isn't racial. There are a lot of people who believe, yeah, you guys saw a black man and, you know, you went at him like a bloodhound. We'll see what happens, but what do you think? You think that there's a chance they may walk? I understand a lot of folks still tend to believe that, you know, if a white person perpetrates something against a black person, the courts are a little bit adverse to convicting them or seeking justice. It's 2021. I mean, Derek Chauvin's in jail for 20 plus years for killing George Floyd. So we're a little bit beyond the Rodney King days, but you know, George Zimmerman did walk, and that also was another one that kind of similar to this and a little bit similar to Rittenhouse as well, where you got a guy who deliberately injected himself into a situation and had to use his gun for self-defense. I still have issues with that, but we're not going to go too deep into George Zimmerman. But in regards to the McMichaels, what do you think? Do you think we'll walk away with a conviction on this one? Looking like it probably will go over the holiday. They've already announced that if they don't come to a conclusion today, which is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving, they will resume things on Friday. Anyway, I'm not going to do too long of a video on this one. I just wanted to go ahead and give my piece because a few people asked about it. And yeah, I did several videos on Kyle Rittenhouse, and I said over and over again that he was facing great bodily harm. He shouldn't have fucking been there. But once he was there, he was placed in a situation where he had to defend himself. This whole situation changes because I just do not believe that you should be allowed to perform a citizen's arrest, particularly when the property is not even fucking yours, on somebody for what amounted to trespassing. And then one other quick thing, just wanted to add this. The McMichaels are saying that they did this because there were places in the neighborhood being burglarized. And they saw him go in there, and so they were trying to protect their neighborhood. There is a dispute on whether that's even true or not. I have not heard anyone else corroborate the idea that other places were being burglarized in the neighborhood. For the most part, it sounds like that's coming strictly from the McMichaels. Anyway, whether or not that's the case, I still believe the citizen's arrest or whatever the hell you want to call it they were attempting was way overkill. And from that point along, I think that they should not be allowed to walk. I mean, the idea that he had to comply with some fuckers he didn't know, no badge, no anything, that's yelling they're going to blow his head off, and because he didn't comply, they can claim self-defense. If this shit goes down, it's probably going to be a bad time in this country for a few days. What do you think? I've said enough. I'm not exactly excited about this case, but hopefully it concludes in a smooth manner and we can get back on to the rest of the bullshit we talk about all the time. Anyway, it's your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. I will catch you in the next video. You have a happy Turkey Day. Talk to you guys on Friday.